Hello Dub Nation, it's always a thrill to connect with you, especially as we're about to reveal the latest news that could shape the fate of our beloved Golden State Warriors. But before we dive into this whirlwind of information, let me make a friendly request. Show us some love by clicking the like button to strengthen our bond, and hey, if you are not subscribed yet, join our channel for a thrilling and emotional journey. Don't forget to turn on notifications to stay ahead of the game. Former 3x All-Star disrespects and underrates Warriors superstars' impact. Golden State Warriors superstar Stephen Curry has accomplished nearly everything there is to achieve in the NBA. As a result, he is widely regarded as one of the all-time greats who has forever changed the game. However, despite his historical impact, not everyone is convinced of Curry's legacy. In a recent episode of Gil's Arena, former Warrior and three-time All-Star Gilbert Arenas added to his list of controversial takes, claiming that Curry is not a generational talent. Dismissing Curry as a generational talent is a gross injustice to his legacy. Arenas attempted to justify his comments by stating, "Generational means you cannot replicate him," while citing players like LeBron James, Victor Wembanyama, and Magic Johnson as those who fit this criterion. However, this definition seems to focus solely on a combination of athletic physical traits rather than skill. While it might appear easier to possess Curry's shooting ability than the unique mix of height, strength, speed, and power of James, it doesn't mean anyone can replicate the two-time MVP. Curry has led the league in three-pointers made in 8 of the last 12 seasons. Will we ever see this kind of dominance again? Is it likely anyone will surpass his all-time three-point record, currently standing at 3,747? Highly improbable. A generational talent inspires imitation. If an entire generation strives to imitate him, what does that say about his impact on the league? No player has been able to replicate him, even though it's been 9 years since Curry won his first MVP. Arena's definition of a generational talent, someone who cannot be replicated, is not flawed. However, his assertion that Curry doesn't fit this mold is blatantly incorrect. Just because it might seem more feasible for an average person to be 6 feet 3 inches, it doesn't mean anyone can reach Curry's level of three-point shooting brilliance. Stephen Curry's unparalleled skill and influence on the game unequivocally make him a generational talent, one whose legacy will be felt for decades to come. The Warriors face a growing problem with Andrew Wiggins. After last season, it's increasingly clear that Golden State has a significant issue involving Andrew Wiggins. Under Stephen Curry's leadership, the Golden State Warriors have experienced one of the most successful runs in modern NBA history. For over a decade, Curry, who has become the greatest shooter of all time, has led this franchise to perennial success, revolutionizing the way basketball is played. However, even with Curry's brilliance, the Warriors have faced their share of challenges. When Kevin Durant left and Klay Thompson tore his ACL in 2019, Golden State found itself in a tough spot. Their roster was depleted, making it more challenging than ever to extend their dynasty. Wiggins' initial impact. Fast forward to the 2019-20 season, just 4 games in, Curry suffered a wrist injury, further derailing the Warriors' plans. That season quickly turned into what seemed like a lost cause, ending with a dismal 15-50 record before being suspended due to COVID-19. But a crucial development at the trade deadline brought a silver lining. In February, the front office orchestrated a trade with the Minnesota Timberwolves to acquire Andrew Wiggins, giving the Warriors a solid rotation wing to utilize once their roster was fully healthy again. Wiggins' declining utility for the Warriors. Initially, Wiggins proved to be extremely valuable. In the following seasons, particularly 2021-22, he played a pivotal role for Golden State. His consistent production on both ends of the court earned him his first career All-Star appearance. Remarkably, even with Thompson back, Wiggins emerged as the Warriors' second-best player in the finals that season. Wiggins deservedly received praise for his 2022 achievements, shedding the losing player narrative. However, since then, his performance has gradually declined. Personal issues have caused him to miss time, and his overall production has dropped. Last season, he recorded a negative VORP, value over replacement player. The contract dilemma. Compounding this issue is Wiggins' contract situation. He is still owed over $84 million over the next 3 seasons. The Warriors cannot afford to continue paying a player who fails to deliver winning contributions night after night, regardless of his past success. This dilemma further complicates the Warriors' roster issues. They have a long way to go before they resemble a championship-caliber team again. With Wiggins performing as he has over the past 2 seasons, the current situation is untenable. Conclusion. The Warriors' struggle with Andrew Wiggins is a serious concern that could worsen. To maintain their status as contenders, they need consistent contributions from every player, especially someone with Wiggins' salary and expectations. Addressing this issue will be crucial for Golden State's future success. Former $180 million star should look to Warriors to rehabilitate free agency value. Golden State Warriors veteran Klay Thompson is bracing for a significant pay cut this offseason, but he isn't the only free agent whose value has taken a hit in the past 12 months. Thompson's annual salary might be halved from the $43.3 million he earned this season, but this could pale in comparison to the reduction that Philadelphia 76ers forward Tobias Harris might face in free agency. Golden State Warriors, the perfect destination for Tobias Harris to rehabilitate his value. On the final year of a 5-year, $180 million contract, Harris averaged 17.2 points on 48.7% shooting last season. While respectable, his playoff performance was dismal, with his scoring plummeting to 9 points per game on 43.1% shooting in the 76ers' 6-game first-round loss to the New York Knicks. After earning $39.3 million this season, Harris's value entering free agency is hard to gauge. Teams with cap space might still offer him over $15 million per season, but Eric Pincus of Bleacher Report suggests he could be signed for as low as the veteran minimum. Harris may be one of the most challenging players to evaluate. Turning 32 in July, he's likely heading for a significant pay cut, possibly as low as the minimum. The issue is his age and skill set may not fit most teams with money to spend. He might not be a top priority, but securing a 17.2 points per game scorer among the top 30 free agents is still a tough task. Eric Pincus. At just 31, Harris should believe he can secure at least one more substantial NBA contract. However, his best path to achieving this might be to sign a lower-value deal with a team that can offer him the chance to impact wins, thereby rehabilitating his value before another free agency attempt in 12 months. Why the Warriors are ideal for Harris. With Otto Porter Jr. and Dante DiVincenzo, the Warriors have demonstrated they can provide an environment conducive to player rejuvenation. Golden State needs more shooting in their frontcourt, a role Harris could fill given his career 36.8% three-point shooting. With Andrew Wiggins potentially on the trade block and uncertainty surrounding much of the Warriors roster, a starting position might even open up for the 6 feet 8 inches forward. Harris would likely need to sign for the taxpayer mid-level exception, but this might be more realistic than initially thought for someone of his caliber. Even if the 13-year veteran is determined to sign another reasonable contract, it's certainly worth Mike Dunleavy Jr. and the Warriors front office exploring this opportunity. In summary, the Golden State Warriors present an excellent opportunity for Tobias Harris to revive his career and re-establish his value, setting the stage for another lucrative contract in the future. Draymond Green fires back at Rasheed Wallace's claim that the 2004 Pistons would beat the 2017 Warriors. Draymond Green strongly disagreed with Rasheed Wallace's claim that the 2004 Pistons would dominate the 2017 Warriors. Green took to X, formerly Twitter, to voice his opinion, asserting the superiority of his Warriors team. His response was sharp and to the point. "Sheed, we would have beaten y'all. You guys were scoring 72 points a game. That's not winning half. And we're putting you and those bigs in every pick and roll. Let's see you move those feet. That ring was great, though. Much love, big guy." Wallace had confidently stated on the Sheed and Taylor podcast that his 2004 Pistons would easily handle the 2017 Warriors. He cited their defensive prowess and physicality as the main reasons for their hypothetical dominance. Wallace highlighted the Pistons' NBA record for holding teams below 70 points, a feat he believes is unmatched in today's high-scoring era. He argued that this defensive strength would have overwhelmed the offensive juggernaut that was the 2017 Warriors. Key points from Wallace's argument centered on individual matchups. He believed that Stephen Curry, despite his offensive brilliance, would struggle defensively against Richard "Rip" Hamilton, known for his relentless movement and scoring off screens. Wallace also mentioned Chauncey Billups, asserting that the Pistons' point guard had a significant size and strength advantage over any defender the Warriors could deploy. Additionally, Wallace pointed to Tayshaun Prince's underrated scoring ability and argued that the Warriors weren't accustomed to the physicality the Pistons brought to the game. Draymond Green, however, countered Wallace's claims by highlighting the scoring disparity and the strategic use of pick-and-roll plays that would exploit the Pistons' defensive setup. Green's argument about the Warriors' scoring ability suggests that the Pistons' defensive records wouldn't hold up against the high-octane offense of the 2017 Warriors. He also challenged Wallace's comment on physicality, implying that the modern strategies and skill sets of the Warriors would outmatch the Pistons. Green's response underscores his confidence in his team's ability to dominate any era. While Wallace's pride in the 2004 Pistons is evident, Green's rebuttal emphasizes the evolution of the game and the formidable nature of the 2017 Warriors, who are often considered one of the greatest teams in NBA history.